Oh, hey, hi, hello, welcome on in. I'm aware that all the pictures are messed up because that didn't save for some reason, but we're going to go around the room, introduce who we're going to be playing, and as I go ahead and get that fixed, we'll go ahead and start with Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I am playing Carter the Tremere, and I'd rather be reading a book.
Wonderful. Next up, we have Hannah.
Hey, I'm Hannah, playing Eva Hill, the Bruja, who likes to fight. Well, not right now.
Nope, I heard it here first. Um, Next up, we got Justin.
I'm Justin. I play Dimitri the Ventru, and I'm ready to burn it all down.
What if we just didn't burn it all down, though?
Nah.
Okay. Um, Next up, we have Rob.
Hi, I'm Rob. I'm going to be playing Isaiah the Nosferatu. When I said I wanted to make friends, I maybe should have been more specific.
That is your first mistake. Welcome to the show. Um, so as I'm still fixing this up, guys, last week we had a bit of a very sad episode as the one and only Michael the Ravnos had encountered their final death as they went ahead and um, attempted to go ahead and rescue their friend Jimmy from the hands of what they believe to be the Second Inquisition. As Michael decided best fit to go ahead and handle this problem head forward on their own, as a lot of their coterie was out of commission. They went ahead and met up with a couple of other kindred and cashed in their big boon with Nessa, and was able to get a couple of kindred to come with them. But seemingly going against the wishes of this individual who had requested for Michael to come alone, both the kindred crumpled quickly at the power of the true faith that this person held. Michael definitely taking some severe damage, almost as if standing in front of the sun during this radiant blast. Michael took a shot and returned fire. The father, the priest that was attempting to give Michael one last time or one last chance, and Michael giving them one last chance. Michael didn't like where the conversation was going and decided to pull the trigger. And as right before they were pulled the trigger, a shot was heard that might not Michael into torpor, where a monologue was given, a crucifix was rested before the sun rose. We to move past a day. It's officially been over 12 hours since Michael's passed, but we have a new night. You guys can go ahead and refresh your willpower up as we go ahead and everyone roll a rouse check to start off the night. And please tell me after your rouse check as you start this night what your new hunger is.
After feeding the night before and this morning's rouse check, hunger 1.
Perfect.
Hunger 1.
Perfect.
Is it possible for me to heal an aggravated since I'm waking up?
It is indeed. Please go ahead and make 4 rouse checks for me, please.
Hopefully, we're in a spot we can eat.
I guess I'd probably need to do the same thing.
Then please do the same.
Hunger 2 for me.
Hunger too.
4 rouse checks and you only got 1 or 2 hunger off that?
Yeah. Go Eva. The one and only time.
Exactly.
Just means there's room in the crowd.
In your stomach, or
Yeah.
Yep. So I got
Whatever you want
2
to
hunger
get.
out of that. So I made 3, missed 1. I mean, missed 2, and made 2. Blech.
Words are hard. It's totally fine. We get it.
Food?
Food. So food. So Dimitri's at 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Eva is also at 2. Carter, are you still chilling at 2 as well?
Yes, still chilling at 2. Do I need to roll rouse checks for my damage? Oh wait, I don't have any.
Oh, freaking roasted like Dimitri.
Wow.
Really, bro?
Wow.
So you guys have awoken in your various states of hunger and distress and pain. Carter and Eva. You awaken in a rather nice room. It has a couple of one of the like sort of the lounge beds that lay all over the front of this facility, but it looks like there's a couple that are sort of spread out in the room. And Carter, you do see that you wake up next to, and there's a note next to you.
Well, that's not a good sign. Okay, what's the note say?
Hey, having dinner with Dad. Be back later.
Okay. I have no reason to be concerned about that
Why should you? It's just a nice dinner.
because I know you too well.
It's fine. But you guys are the first group that we will interact with, to say the least.
Is there anyone else in the room?
No, it is just you two. You guys do hear the sound of the classical music playing down below that is coming through the speakers. And already sounds like it's a rather busy evening outside of this room.
So I guess I'll look at Eva, expecting her to be crazy, starved of blood, and angry, and pleasantly surprised that she's not trying to kill anybody yet. I know this is a really dumb question, but are you okay?
In what way? Physically? Mentally? I guess
Yeah,
spiritually, but that doesn't really count for me, so.
You see Carter starts to think maybe we're going to have a philosophical conversation and gets really excited and then realizes now's not the time. Eh, I guess what I'm really asking boils down to what's next. I mean, I think it's time to get out of here. And by here, I mean Indy, and let's just go.
And where would that leave me? I'm not considered with your side. Also, not to cut off this conversation, but where's your girl?
Apparently, she dinner with her dad. Like,
Her dad? Like, you believe that? Actual dad? Or, like, you
it's
know?
a really good question. In my history of being with her, most of which has happened off screen. Has this kind of thing happened before?
No, she's never had dinner with dad or a sire, but you also know that Ashley doesn't know who her sire is.
And has she talked about her dad? I'm assuming bio dad at this point.
Yeah, definitely bio dad, but travels around a lot for his job. Doesn't stick to one place very often.
Okay, so I do know that she maintains a relationship with her father. I've obviously not met her father,
Right,
and she hasn't gone off to see him in the time that we've been dating. Okay.
right, yep. And this is probably the first time, maybe second time he's ever like reached out that you're aware of.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of complicated if you're an unaging child
Yeah,
/ vampire. I mean, I get it.
allegedly.
I guess I get it. She's a thin blood, and I guess I mean how old is she, kindred wise? Like not old, right? She's
No,
been
within
great.
probably 3 years.
Okay, sorry. Thank you for the background. She's like you, Eva. She's recently embraced. She is still maintaining those ties.
Okay, as long as you trust her. Just hoping it's not with anybody else, but anyway. Going back to the other conversation. Because I don't wanna ruin things with you and her, so
I appreciate that. The past couple days have been a lot, but compared to what you're going through, obviously nothing. So don't worry about me. Uh, but no, yeah, I get it. You're not Cam anymore, but I mean, this place is a mess, and I think if we can get out from under Indy, we can figure it out.
yeah, I wholeheartedly agree about the mess. What would you want to happen to the indie cam? Do you just want to forget about it? Leave it?
I'm looking around the room,
Mhm.
and I mean, I'm assuming there's no obvious security cameras, but at
There's
the
not.
same time, we are in like enemy territory, right?
I mean,
There could be listening ears.
I mean, I guess technically now, um, you're in Anarch territory, so Eva's not in enemy territory because there was Terre Haute's all Anarch besides what you guys held.
And it would be pretty bad form for Giovanni to give me this safe space as repaying, saving his life,
Right, and then tap it
having to
afterward.
spy on us.
Yeah. Not impossible to say the
Not
least, but
impossible.
just very bad faith.
Okay, well, I will. I'm assuming before I went to bed here that I did as much searching as I can, looking for Closet Nosferatu and all that stuff. And I
Weirdly
feel
enough,
reasonably
you
safe.
feel absolutely safe.
Cool. I don't want to be caught accidentally having a conversation I shouldn't be.
Not
Uh,
again.
Exactly. If I've learned one thing from this chronicle, it's that. Um, you surely remember some of the first things I said about the Prince and the Indy Cam when we first became a coterie. And I think he had it way more together than the current version. If things were different and you and Dimitri were in good graces, I would be talking about we should take over, or we should get things corrected. But I can't come up with any way to bring down the hammer on the Indy Cam that's not going to crush at minimum you and Dimitri and probably all of us. If they've let you off the hook, I think we should just go. Call it a win, get Michael, get out of here.
I think there is a way to get it corrected. But it might not be a way that you agree with.
Is is it a way that Dimitri's going to agree with that involves a lot of explosions?
I wouldn't say explosions, at least on my end. But I could see D agreeing to it.
I mean, can't we just leave town and when we're about 200 miles away, call Michael's friend the werewolf and give him the video of what we got? And between the Second Inquisition and the wolves, just let it sort itself out?
I guess in
Talk
my
like from
mind,
Chicago.
it's not enough justice.
We're going to live a really long time, Eva. Do we have to get justice right now?
No, I'm not even saying right now. I can wait years. Do I want to run away from it right now? No. Do I think settling in, putting my roots here to help get me closer to what I want? Yes.
This
Why
is
do you
the
think
second.
we came back from Boston?
Temporary insanity? I don't know.
I think
It
we've had
was
a couple of those. I don't know if that was one of them.
I I'm glad you're alive. I don't know why you came back.
I guess my true hope when we came back, I knew it was going to be hard. But honestly, I wanted to reconnect with you and Michael. I know we couldn't be the coterie that we were, but I was hoping that we could work together. But it seems right now that we have a lot of different plans going different ways.
We
And I
do.
don't want to
And
force you into anything. But I don't know.
I think this is the second time the Second Inquisition has been here hunting us in what, a year? And we have the prince poisoning the punch and Nessa doing whatever Nessa does. We could go, even if just 6 months, right? We could go, we could get out of here, we could figure out who's doing what to who's alive, who cares, and come up with a real plan. We don't have to go off half-cocked against the Second Inquisition. That's going to get somebody killed.
The problem is coming back. I wouldn't have a name here then. It would be elsewhere. And I need backup. I need an army behind me to be able to do the things that need to happen. If I go getting a bunch of other people from somewhere else, they're not going to care about Indy. But the people who have settled here already, they will have something to care about and to actually fight for.
So what? Work with the Anarchs, overthrow the Cam, deal with the Second Inquisition after? Is that the plan?
I mean, to deal with the Second Inquisition as we go. We've done it before. And yes, I know it's not the smartest way to do it. But in my world, having them around is normal. This is all I know. This is what it's been the last few years of them chasing us around. Maybe it's not normal. I don't know. Maybe you know a slower life. I have not really lived that.
You and Michael live fast and die pretty. Crazy.
What can I say? It's in our blood. That was a joke,
Right.
just by the way. Just
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to let you know.
Carter's definitely realizing that this is not likely to go the way he wants it to go. All right, well, let me get my things. Either way, we can't stay here. We need a plan. We need a safe space. So
100% agree.
let me go get my things. Let's round up D. Let's see how he's doing. Let's get Michael. And we'll come up with a plan together.
Good. Before we do that, Carter, how long would it take for me to get out of this mess that the prince supposedly created?
What do you mean?
Well, being poisoned by his blood.
I assume Carter would know that.
Go ahead and roll Intel plus occult, and I will allow you to add your blood sorcery to it.
Difficulty?
3. Let's get these rolls. Let's get them out.
All right, let's get a willpower reroll on that.
Yeah. It'd be real unfortunate for Carter not to succeed on a blood test, you know.
Oh my gosh, that was close.
So Carter, one thing you do know is blood bonding is really only doable if they take it directly from the veins of the kindred. So the fact that they were able to get some sort of connection inside of the blood that was being used at Elysium in general would have to be blood sorcery of some kind. You've not heard of it and not have seen it interacted with, but some sort of blood sorcery would have to be in place to keep the potency of the blood strong even after not being taken from the vein.
Does Carter know that that's how Nessa got Michael?
Yes, Michael was very, very open about the fact that their last one was through drinking of a glass.
Okay. So yeah, I'll relate that to Eva with well, it's not even supposed to be possible to do it this way, but this is the way that Nessa got Michael. And Michael got out of it, so maybe we should ask them. Maybe they know. But under normal circumstances, I would think you'd be safe after a month.
A month? Oh,
Maybe
okay.
2. As Carter realizes that he could sell this as a reason to get the hell out of Indy.
Wolf.
You could probably tell that is Carter might be exaggerating that for his own reason.
Well, I guess yeah. Let's meet up with everybody. And does your friend have some food we can eat before we leave?
Friend being Giovanni.
Yes.
They did last time, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they did have some food here. It wasn't as extensive as, um, say, the towers methods, but they definitely more or less either have on tap or a vessel. You don't really have a lot of options to go between.
Well, I guess my plan then will be to get a drink and then go back to Ashley's, get my stuff, call Dee, call Michael. If I can get a loan, call Bart, and get out of here.
I don't think I have my phone anymore, right? I left it in the car that blew up.
You did indeed leave it in the car that went kablooey.
Oh, I've definitely got a spare at the house.
Perfect.
So, Eva, are you riding with Carter back to get some
Or
stuff?
did Ashley take the car?
That's a good
To look.
question.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. You head outside, or you guys are able to get ahead and get a drink from within the place, which I believe what you guys would just knock it down to one hunger a piece. Then
Yes. That is correct.
perfect. And you go ahead and step outside shortly afterwards, and the car is still there. Looks like she got picked up.
Before we get in, are you able to check it? The last car was not so great.
You know what? Let's just walk.
Sounds good to me.
This is a stolen car that had a body in it. Let's just walk.
What a time to be alive.
How far are we from Ashley's place?
You guys are just probably a couple blocks. It's not that far. And when you arrive, you do see a rather a large pickup truck parked inside of the driveway. Carter, you've never seen this truck before.
Okay. I will call Ashley. Let's keep walking and call Ashley. I don't want to walk in on her and her dad.
Yeah. You go ahead and call. Hey, did you get my note?
I did.
Oh.
It looked like somebody was at the house, so I didn't want to barge in.
Oh, I mean, we are. We're having dinner here. You're more than welcome to join us if you would like.
It feels like that might be a little awkward for to walk in with company. It's fine. How long you think you'll be? We can meet up later.
Maybe 45 minutes, an hour at most.
Okay. Yeah. Call me. Let me know. Have fun.
Yeah, you too. And maybe you could meet him?
Yeah. If that's what you want.
I think it's time.
Oh, this is not the conversation to have on the phone. Yeah. I assume doesn't know anything about, you know.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. I'll see you then.
Okay. That'll be fun. So I'll tell Eva, I guess, like, we'll go by in 45 minutes. Her dad's there and she wants me to meet him, which is a whole layer of relationship stuff on top of my crazy ass couple last days.
Sounds like it's getting serious.
Yeah. Sounds like it's seriously complicated. Meeting somebody's parents isn't something I thought I'd ever have to do again.
Yeah, I didn't think you would ever have that problem either. So, but here you are. Are you gonna actually go through with it? Like, are you that committed to this whole thing?
It's a weird ask. But I mean, after the couple of days I've put her through, not meeting her dad when she asked me to seems like kind of a dick move.
But if you don't see this going longer, then that's also a dick move.
That's a point. I mean, but no, I mean she's great.
Except for
You get that sense that like Carter is not, uh
Roll wits and insight for me, please, Eva.
what's the DC?
DC is going to be 2.
Oh, I'll willpower it.
Please get a messy critical. That would be just
I want
absolutely
that.
just the most beautiful. All right.
Okay,
Unfortunate, but
fortunate.
you sort of get the sense from Carter, not that he's being forced to talk, but you get a similar sort of vibe to how Michael would talk when referring to Nessa. When Carter's referring to Ashley.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying this as a friend. From the last conversation, when we were all together, that was a little sketchy of what she was saying. But if you think she's your one, then, I can't stop you.
I mean, it was definitely a sketchy conversation, and that's something we'll have to talk about, but it's been a really, really bad few days, and she's not like us, right? I mean, she's not all the way in, and she hasn't been around exploding people and hunters and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I do know that. Just make sure to do it before you put a ring on it, and I'll elbow him. So are we just gonna walk in circles for 45 minutes? What's the
Well,
plan?
let's call Michael. I really don't want to spend an awkward 45 minutes talking to Dad, so like you could like split the difference and show up at the end, say hi, and nice to meet you, that kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know. It's been like 50 years since I've been on a date like that.
Yeah, let's
Oh, not 50
call
years,
some
20
people.
years, but
Yeah, you're out of the game a little bit.
I'm very out of the game. Yeah. So let's call D. Let's call Michael and figure out when we're gonna meet up.
Yeah. All right. You'll have to call. I have seemed to lost my phone.
But yeah. Now we get to play the whose numbers do we have anymore game.
You would have Michael's last known number. Unsure about Dimitri's though.
Yeah. Did Dimitri break his phone since last night? Since last I saw him. If yes, then I wouldn't have it because we've
Right.
been out of
Yeah.
communication.
Yeah. I mean, you know that Isaiah was doing a lot of communication for Dimitri, as far as like reaching out to you and Eva. So unsure if Dimitri still has his phone or not.
Would I have
I
Isaiah?
also told Eva that I was with Dimitri.
Yeah. And yeah, because Isaiah had to call you asking for a information
That's
on
right,
the.
that's right. All right, I'll call Michael first.
Okay.
Ring, ring. Can't wait to talk to Michael.
You know what to do.
Oh, is that his voicemail?
Yep.
Oh, their voicemail. Hey, it's me. Give me a call when you get a chance. Figure out. I want to hear how things went, and we'll figure out what's next.
Okay.
Went to voicemail. I guess that's not that unusual, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could give them a little time.
All right, I'll call Isaiah then.
As we switch over to Isaiah, when you return from scrubbing the cameras the night before, Dimitri was not back at the Haven.
Okay. A twist. I think that I had given Dimitri one of the burner phones that he gave me, right?
Yes, you gave the burner back for a temporary use since he was without one.
Okay. I guess I'll text that number. You all right?
It'll ping from inside the couch.
I go and pick up the phone. Okay. I guess if he is mysteriously missing,
Mhm.
I would like to do a pretty thorough search of my apartment.
Yeah.
My haven.
Yeah. As you search through your haven, nothing is put out of the ordinary. Nothing. It doesn't look like there was any sort of like attack or anything like that. Like it was a kidnapping or anything of that nature. It just looks like Dimitri left. Dimitri, you took the pamphlet. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And did you do any sort of research on anything inside of that before you left with the computer, or?
Yeah, I just sort of Googled the dude's name and try to find out some basic information.
Okay. And attempting to hide that in any sort of way from Isaiah, or just doing some information?
You don't hide things from an IT guy.
Very fair. That's why I said attempt to.
No.
Okay. And Isaiah, you do notice that the laptop that you had left open for Dimitri to use was used, and that information was Googled upon, but it was very simple, like information about who he was and stuff like that of the pastor at your church.
Okay. Well, I think that I've got things that I need to do this evening, but leaving takes me by there. So
Yep.
I think that Isaiah is going to pack for war, which basically just means that he's bringing his axe in addition to his normal stuff, and then is going to go and swing by the church.
Okay. Perfect. Uh, as you are on your way to the church, Isaiah, you go ahead and get a phone call from Carter's phone that you had reached out to last night.
Okay. I think it rings a couple times as he thinks about what to do, and then it connects. And yep. What do you need?
Hey, how's I was calling for D. Sorry, it's been a weird night. Are you okay? Is D around?
I'm good. He vanished. Don't know exactly why or where, but I'm assuming he went somewhere safe. Didn't look like a scuffle.
Did he take anything flammable?
I am assuming he took a lot of things that were flammable, but nothing from my place.
Okay. Carter's working through just how much explosion Dimitri can cause with just what's on him. It's a concerning amount. There's not a lot I can do about that. Does he have a phone on him?
Not that I know of. I gave him one, but he left it behind.
Right, obligatory Zoolander scene. He left his phone. Do you have any idea where he went?
I don't. I am working on that at the moment, but Carter, maybe you can empathize with how I'm feeling about this. But am I in or am I out? I've been putting my neck out for these folks, and as far as I can tell, they don't trust me as far as they can throw me. Well, less far than Eva can probably throw me.
I don't know. I I don't think they're the type that would turn on you or let you go up as collateral damage. I'm trying to as a player, I'm trying to separate out how Boston went from
Making sure that people aren't just being used as stepping stones. I got it.
right. Yeah, they're definitely not the type to blow up kindred they just met who are very helpful in order to get what they want.
No.
I am listening very intently too.
Very
Yeah,
true.
Carter knows none of that. Carter knows absolutely none of that. So from Carter's perspective, Tree and Eva are honorable if aggressive.
True.
I mean, you're safe if that's what you're worried about. I I don't know if anybody's really in with D anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of the impression that I'm getting too. Ever since this all started, it's caused a big mess in what I would call my home. I need to think about what my next steps are. If I run into him, I'll put him in touch with you.
Yeah, and maybe consider moving.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's unlikely, but I'm thinking about it.
I'm just gonna be in the background, like, what is he saying?
Oh, hang on. I'll put my hand over the receiver. As far as he knows, D's safe, but D left his phone and disappeared. He didn't take any more explosives than he normally has on him, and he says he doesn't know where he's going.
Okay.
My
I
intent
don't
is
know.
that I summarize that whole call. I'm not intentionally leaving anything out.
Yeah. Does he want to meet up?
Do we want to meet up?
You don't want to? Okay. You
No,
don't
I'm,
have to.
yeah, no, that's fine. Is he in? I don't,
I-
yeah, I met him at a party that exploded.
I I think at this point, the more the merrier. I mean, of the ones that we sort of trust.
You trust people?
I trust enough to trust, you know? Like, it's not. I trust you? Is that a bad thing? Don't answer that.
I mean, it's not the worst decision you can make, not the best one. Um, yeah, all right, fine, let's go. And I come back on the phone. Hey, you want to meet up? Things have been so crazy. Strength in numbers, I guess.
Yeah, why not? Let me out of character. So, Bruce, I'd like to stop by the church. Then I'd like to go and see X down at the bar if I can.
Sure.
And then I'd like to say, like, that plus some amount of travel time. I can meet you in blah amount of time.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I know that Isaiah works for X, don't I?
It was indeed brought up by Dimitri that Isaiah does indeed work for X.
And X is the person that wanted to kill me. Well, wanted to experiment on me that I escaped. Yeah, I don't trust Isaiah.
I guess out of character, I'd say I work for X about as much as you work for Gabo.
True.
Okay, fair point. Still, not the best decision in the world to hang out with you. Not the worst.
I mean,
There's a lot of that going around.
he works as much for X as Eva and Dimitri do, you know?
Don't remind me.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right. Cool. I guess. Well, I'm gonna go meet my girlfriend's dad, and then we can meet up, I guess. All right. Just call me when you're ready to roll this way, please. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. That was sort of a weird thing to throw in. Isn't it? Is it early for that, or
Not you too.
look, man? It's been 30 years since I've been on a date, right?
I mean, basically me too. I don't know. I didn't even know it was a thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
just
Well,
be
good.
careful.
Good luck with that. I'm sure that'll be the most dangerous part of the night.
Oh, God, why would you say that?
Click.
I don't like any of this.
Okay. You go
So I
ahead.
guess I will toss it over to Eva. If there's anything else you want to do, go for it. You can have my phone, the keys, whatever you need. Otherwise, I'm ready to go meet Ashley's dad.
As this is happening, we're going to pan over to a cemetery. And you're going to see multiple tombstones. And as the sort of camera pans over the first set. 1 second, sorry. Just make sure I'm getting all this information correct. Oh, would you please just Control F? And Um, you pan over, and you see Michael Burrows, James Carter, Eva Hill. And most of them are empty. But you look at Michael's. It says, I'm done. You're gone. I've outgrown when you were good for me so long. And it took me this long to realize what you did to me. Shortly after, we pan over to a familiar face, Nessa, seeing a large wooden box up here. She carefully inspects it, looking it up and down, before taking one hand and opening up the box. And a very well commissioned and well crafted painting of Michael is given. And you see her open up a note that falls out of the bottom of the box. And it says, despite the many ways we failed them, I do not doubt that in your own way you loved him. D. The most long 45 minutes of your life, Carter, has passed by. And at this point, as you're walking up the driveway, the front door opens and Ashley and her dad sort of walk out, having a conversation.
I will blush if I haven't already.
Please go ahead and roll that rouse check. Eva, are you also going to blush?
I will stay back.
Okay.
I'll just kind of hang around the neighborhood.
Okay. He looks over to you, looks back to her being Ashley. And he looks back over towards you, Carter, takes a couple steps forward. Hello. I hear you're involved.
I'll reach out, like offer shake his hand. Yeah, James Carter. I care about your daughter a lot.
I'm very glad. Very glad you are holding interest. It's not saying that she's difficult to tie down, but she's difficult.
Not sure what to say to that. Yeah, she's been great as long as I've known her.
And what exactly did you do, James?
I work at the hospital, study archaeology, read a lot of books.
One of a intellectual kind then, yeah.
I think that's fair.
Well, it's and he eyes you up and down for a moment. Looks back at her. It's nice to meet you. I gotta go. And you see Ashley run up and give him a hug. And he pulls her in tight. And you could tell that he's whispering something into her ear. And she just smiles. Don't make me find you, James.
I'm right here.
Good. And he goes ahead and hops into his truck and begins to pull off.
Do I recognize him when he gets into the truck?
You do recognize him as he sort of. You guys had met in passing a little bit at the gas station.
The gas station.
Like the last time we were at 7-Eleven? Or the first gas station?
The first time. Like the first gas station.
The Help's Not Coming gas station?
Yep.
Damn it.
Do I recognize him from the Help's Not Coming gas station?
Nope.
We left people alive at the Help's Not Coming gas station? I don't think we did.
Nope.
Did we?
Nope. Everyone was dealt with in one capacity or another. At this point, he's made it to the red light. It's turned off into a different road.
That's going to be a really fun conversation if we ever have it.
Ashley runs up, gives you a hug, Carter.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah. Tim, great. So what's the plan? What are we doing?
You want to talk inside? Let's go in and plan. Is that okay?
Yeah. Is it just you? I thought you had other people with.
Oh, and this is where I realize that Eva has like melted into the background, like Homer Simpson into a shrub.
Exactly.
Yeah, at this point I would have, like, once the truck left, I would have like slowly walked up.
Okay.
Not when he could have seen me.
Right, for sure. Wait, once he turned the corner.
I'll try to
Yeah.
cover, like, I didn't really feel like showing up with another woman to meet your dad. It's kind of the bad vibe.
It's an interesting one. That's for sure.
He's so thoughtful.
Sometimes he is. All right. Let's head inside.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go ahead and pan over. Isaiah, you are inside of Sidelines at the bar. X is sitting in the back area, feet kicked up a little bit. And it is a very, very full house of mortal and kindred alike. But you do find X wearing his tank top, cargo shorts, and flip flops, sort of relaxing on his quote unquote throne, as it were, in the back.
Hmm. Did I assume that as I did a pass by on the church that nothing was on fire or nobody was standing outside?
Nothing's on fire, nothing out of the ordinary for you.
Okay, cool. So then at sidelines, so I think that I've got my axe like slung in a hoop, like a hiker's backpack,
Mm-hmm.
with a cover on it, so that I don't obviously look like I'm walking around brandishing a weapon.
Sure.
And I'm gonna walk up towards X and indicate to him like, "Hey, I need to talk to you for a minute."
There is a couple of people that are sort of surrounding him, and he sort of waves them off. So it's just you and him alone.
Are we close enough that somebody might reasonably overhear us?
No, you guys are excluded enough where it'd be difficult to be overheard.
Basically, it'd be Auspex.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll say to him, I've got some conjectures. They could be the kind of things that might make alarmists do something weird. Happy to talk about them here if you want. But
Please.
so I told you about Elysium. I
Mm.
told you about the madness that went down there. We figured out who was putting blood, vitae in the blood, and it was Caleb. So any anarchs that you had there, you might want to see if they drank.
Very good to know.
Yeah, that's part one of the scary. Part two is the way I found that out is that he summoned me with a capital S. Uh, he was trying to kill the two new folks in town. I guess maybe not new, but new, and was perfectly happy to take me down with him. So that's two pretty flagrant attacks from the Camarilla in a couple days.
And so it is. And so it is. Now, these two individuals, what do we know about them? Anything specific? Besides, they're from Boston and maybe a little bit more around here than we would like to know or believe.
I mean, they got stories like anybody's got stories, but I think probably the more interesting bits with their Camarilla friend, Michael, but not in our house, right? So
Not our circus, Isaiah, not our circus. Do you believe that these two pose a threat to the movement?
I don't know if they pose a threat to the movement. I think that they might easily be a lightning rod. That's going to mean that other threats to them might catch us in the aftershock.
But do you think they're worth the aftershock?
Isaiah's going to think back to his conversation with Carter, and I think he's going to very visibly shrug and say, "Don't know him well enough to say. Could be."
Have you seen any of their skills or abilities? You said there was an attack against them and you.
Oh yeah, I can say that Dimitri is tough as hell, and Eva is one of the more dangerous people I've ever met from different experiences. But Caleb had a grenade that it was a sunlight grenade. It was something that was infused with some sort of nonsense to make it actual sunlight. It went off under Dimitri's stomach, and he walked away.
I guess what I'm asking is, in your very humble opinion, And if you need more time, then so be it. With them being as dangerous as you say, do we need them to be removed from the board? Or do you think they'll come around close enough where we can use them and leverage them?
They can be. They've got their own agendas, though. So, depends how much you think that you can steer that. I'd say they're not likely to respond well to orders, but possibly to nudges.
Fantastic. What are you wanting out of this whole situation, Isaiah?
A couple days ago, I'd have said something like this, but without all the drama. Right now, I just want my home to go back to normal.
And what would you do to make it so?
What do you have in mind?
One uses more of your skills thanks to your clan, where I think that keeping an eye on them as best as you can and knowing what their ideals or what their plans or schemes may be. And I really want to have that crown on my head.
Caleb's?
Yes, Caleb's. It's the second time he's attacked my group, my through you domain.
Hell, if you're letting me pick, I want Caleb.
Good. Get Dimitri and Eva on it as well. Make it happen. And then you can go back to whatever life you see fit. No questions from me.
Excellent. Any chance we can get some help in that? He is quite a great deal older than me.
I can possibly put some resources together, but if Eva and Dimitri are as formidable as you say they are, let's see what resources they can pull first.
Okay.
Here. And he goes ahead and tosses a piece of, hands over a business card, sort of folded over, has his number written on it.
Anything else, or just a number?
Just a number on it.
Okay. I'll say thanks. Slide it into the pocket. And then,
That, Isaiah, is my direct line. Please do not use it around other folks.
Understood.
Is there anything else I can help you with, Isaiah?
No. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And then he'll do a little, like, a slightly deep nod and then turn around and walk away.
He sort of just waves it off and begins to sort of follow you out shortly after, seemingly like looking for individuals.
Okay. I'm going to let him do his thing, and I'm just going to head on out.
All right. Anywhere you would like to stop prior to heading to meet up with Carter and Eva?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
It is a 45-minute drive to where they are at, but with them having to wait about 45 minutes and the conversation, you arrive shortly after they begin to walk inside.
I need to borrow somebody's car. I probably won't ask them.
That's probably fair and easy enough for you to do. Where you can go ahead and borrow a vehicle out of the bar parking lot.
Cool.
But you go ahead and arrive, and it is now Isaiah, Ashley, Eva, and Carter. Inside of Ashley's home.
Hey, Ashley, do you mind just getting me a cup of water? I'm just really thirsty.
She looks over to you, rolls her eyes.
Oh, I got you. And I'll get up and get a glass of water.
I'll walk behind Carter. Like, I'll just look at her.
Really?
So
Water?
I think that I'm sitting there with
Water?
Ashley like, so
What are you gonna do with a glass of water?
I don't know, dump it on you. I'm gonna like whisper.
Mhm.
So that guy who was here, I've seen him before. Don't talk about anything, any of our plans. Your plans, nothing.
What are you talking about? Her dad?
Yes,
Why have you met her dad before?
I don't know. Out of character, we haven't officially met, right? It was just like,
He was just a passerby.
he was just around. I haven't officially met, but do you remember that first gas station? You know, the one where we ran the car into?
The one that help wasn't coming to?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I have nightmares about that. That was the scariest shit I've ever seen.
Well, things happen. Anyway, he was around, so don't say anything.
What do you mean he was around? We killed everybody.
No. There was one that just was around.
So he was at a gas station.
Just passing by.
So you saw a guy drive by a gas station and were worried about it?
And you're not?
I mean, keep in mind, I'm bloodbound.
Yes. I do know that. I'm just trying to like see how far.
How much of the juice is gone?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. It's not great. I'll tell you that much. It's not great. But no, this this is normal Carter dickishness. Like he's trying to understand what is. I didn't see this guy, right, Bruce?
No.
And did we know that everybody there would have been Second Inquisition or FBI or something? Or is this just a person at a gas station? He just happened to be at a gas station.
From what Carter's perspective, it was just happened to be some dude at a gas station. But to be fair, you were also left alone for a little bit while you were doing your feed, because like help wasn't coming, and then you went and devoured while the rest of the group like got stuff situated outside and fixed. So you're not 100% sure what happened during that time.
Oh, so like after I got shot and was in my
Right, and you went to go full feed off of the guy who wasn't getting help.
That's right. Yeah, okay, I forgot about that part. Okay, I will trust Eva's judgment on that. If not her ability to cunningly lie that she needs a glass of water.
Mm-hmm.
We'll workshop it later. Okay.
Can we just grab stuff and get out of here? Or does she have to come with us?
She's my girlfriend. I love her.
I know, but if you love her, you might leave her behind. Just this once.
I mean,
You're saving her.
yeah, no, I get that might be in her best interest, but if she wants to come, I think she probably should. She's very useful.
It's gonna glare at Carter like useful.
Yeah, like alchemy's
Well,
cool, man.
I didn't say that she's anyway. Okay, let's just. Thanks for the glass of water. I'm just gonna bring the glass of water up.
Why are you carrying around a glass of water?
It makes me
Nobody
look cool.
thinks you
Okay.
drink water.
Um,
You might as well have just said, "Hey, Carter, let's have a private conversation without your girlfriend around." Would have
Well,
been
it
less
happened.
sus.
So.
as you guys return with glass of water in tow, so we're planning. What are we planning for? Are we safe here? I mean, we're decently far from Indy, right?
Well, I certainly thought we were safe here, but then our invitation for the uh, Elysium showed up here.
Right.
So somebody knows we're here. Somebody, at least on the cam side. And then I look over at Eva and Isaiah and go, and clearly the Anarchs know where we are. And I believe that guy works for somebody who tried to use me as a science experiment. So, yeah, we should probably not go
What
here
are you
any
talking
longer.
about?
X, the guy you're working for, is. Oh, right, you were gone.
I think that that guy caught Isaiah by surprise as he's looking around trying to see if there's like a potted plant in this room or something like the weather might be for.
Right, exactly.
Like, what? What are you talking about? Science
Dimitri
experiment?
said you work for X
X is my Baron. Do you work for Caleb?
on paper.
Right. Well, Caleb tried to kill me last night. So, how much do you want me to hold that against you?
Caleb tried to kill you last night.
Yeah. Not just me. Me, Dimitri, Eva.
But wasn't Caleb full of stakes?
Caleb is remarkably not very staked at the moment.
That's fair. Well, your Baron tried to kill me or experiment on me. So I guess we could call it even and not try to kill each other immediately.
Sounds good.
You guys are trying to kill each other?
I'm just.
What is happening in my house?
This seems a
No,
little tense, guys.
that was a joke. That was a joke.
Oh.
Sorry.
I've no intention of trying to kill anybody.
Good.
Has he told you about the Anarchs and our relationship?
Carter hasn't, but I've been well versed in the relationship between the yardstick contest, as it were.
Yeah. So this is pretty akin to a couple of soldiers from the Axis and from the Allies sitting around and having tea when they're not in the trenches. So let's just say that this situation is complicated. And I appreciate that Carter's not going to try to make anything of it.
Right.
I mean, it's complicated, but Eva, I guess, technically is for them too now.
Right.
Anyway, more people than I am comfortable with know where we live now.
Okay.
So I don't think we should long-term plan to be here. Why are we even in Indy?
I mean, I go to
We have
school here, but I mean, I could transfer out.
yeah,
That
that's
is a different topic for a different time. I don't think we need to talk about transferring schools.
I mean, it is. If we're talking about leaving Indy, it's the exact same conversation, is it not?
Okay. Right now, do you have another safe spot that you could stay at?
My dad's place, but other than that,
we have a safe spot
Would
for
you
as long
be
as we need
able?
it for with Giovanni, right?
is that to me?
Possibly.
No, that
Oh,
was just that was to the group,
I was
right?
make sure.
Giovanni gave us Giovanni gave us his word that we would be safe there, which is not nothing. But from my perspective, things here are getting very out of hand. Second Inquisition, whatever was going on at Elysium before that, I'm thinking we can study and learn anywhere in the world. And I'm not coming up with a lot of compelling reasons that aren't in this room talking to me right now to stay here. And I can move these people out. So let's go.
I mean, awkward question, I guess. But how does your home deal with people like me, James?
I mean, we've talked about this before. There is a lot of concern and skepticism around uh, the younger kindred
Mm-hmm.
and fear. Some people think it's the end of times. My particular people are academic and less prone to that kind of fear mongering. I think um, I think we'd be okay, and I think there are options to address that we could talk about at length, but that's not a quick conversation.
Yeah.
But you're saying that there's a possibility with all this education for her that it could be an experiment where you want to go. That doesn't sound safe either. For you, yes. For her, no.
I think that I think that it's not impossible that all of us could go and could get some reasonable territory and we could start fresh as a team and be away from here and away from this drama, and maybe some people's deaths get faked. We do that fairly frequently anyway. You've been stuck here in all this drama, Eva, and now Ashley, you're getting drawn into it, and Isaiah, I've just met you, but I mean, we could go.
if you honestly
And
think I could be accepted there, then I trust you.
if we can all go, I think there's a chance. And if they're and this is like you see Carter like really mustering up to a point he's going to have a hard time saying uh, if they're too stupid to see the value in you, Ashley, and you, Eva, then maybe we can find our own path and not follow either of these sides.
You're talking about with the tower, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the pyramid.
Kind of a little bit of the same thing. So in the tower, well, basically everywhere, shit flows downhill. But in the tower, your blood controls how high up the hill you can go. So some of us are never going to make it very high. Some of us are never going to make it off the ground.
I mean, looking at Isaiah, I mean, the sheriff was Nosferatu. That's pretty high.
Yeah, he was an old sheriff. Talking about ancillae, I'm talking about neonates. You're talking about thin bloods. That puts a pretty low ceiling on advancement.
Uh, I play the long game, right? Right now, people are afraid of thin bloods. Uh, that'll change. And if it doesn't, there are ways. We can study, we can find a way to do anything that we want to do with enough time. You get the
So,
sense that Carter fully believes, against all logic, that there is going to be a way that he can make her not a thin blood.
so you're saying that you want to stay alive for the long haul just to do research for people who could replace you in 2 seconds?
I don't think any of us could be replaced in 2 seconds. But yeah, I mean, if eternity is on the table, and it is, what is the rush to do anything except learn?
Ashley, you feel the same way? That's what you want to spend your eternal life doing? Do you feel safe?
Safe is subjective. I mean, have you felt safe the entire time you've been what you are?
It was a short period until I was brought into the political part of it. That's what the unsafe part is.
And I guess what I would say, Eva, is we don't have to commit to an eternity of research right now. Let's just commit to 6 months of not being here. Let things settle down. I thought you were dead until 2 days ago. Let's just get out of here. Take some time. Collect ourselves.
I think I'll give Eva a very direct look and say, and in 6 months, the guy who did stuff that I would rather not ever go through again last night is going to have consolidated a lot of power. He may have folks who were previously anarchs who are Tower and serving as loyal little soldiers with the way that he's been working.
Carter, can you see or do you know if this clan of kings, is able to do this? Have you ever known anybody to do what he did? That's part of his clan.
Is there a roll on that?
Um, yeah, do it intel plus occult. DC 3.
Does blood magic apply?
It does not. Justin, please go ahead and roll charisma plus influence, please. DC 3. Okay. Carter, as you think back to it, the only thing that comes to me close is domination powers, but that doesn't involve magic or not blood magic of any sort, or blood sorcery, or even a blood bond isn't required for strong domination powers to be at work. And that would be the closest that the Clan of Kings would be able to have to be able to do something like this.
I will relay that.
Four.
Perfect.
So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out. So we know crazy things happen. And I want to know if it was actually him or somebody else before I make any decisions.
We know. And then I look at Isaiah and I look at Eva. I look at Ashley. Are we safe to be honest here? Kind of indicating, like, are you vouching for Isaiah, Eva?
Yeah. I think this is a safe place to talk with people who we can trust as much as we can trust.
So, I don't know. The whole time behind the scenes that we've been doing this, somebody has displayed some pretty powerful stuff that they shouldn't have. Those stakes, the changing faces. I mean, we know that Kindred were masquerading as other Kindred very successfully, and that people have powers they shouldn't have. So I don't think anything. I don't think anything's off the table. I'm gonna be honest. I'm skeptical that was really Caleb. I don't know who they could have. He was in torpor. He was fully effed up and staked. I don't know who they could have found in short notice to feed him to get him out. Do I know if Nessa's old enough to get Caleb out of torpor with a feed?
It would be close. Just because of Caleb's age, it'd be close. But she would be the only person that would be you're even aware of that could.
Other than Eva's favorite Bruja.
Right, exactly. Other than that individual who's not really either aligned.
Yeah, that would be as far as I know, that would be a huge stretch for
Yeah.
them to be able to organize that.
Yeah. Or a major boon would be involved.
Right. And I can't imagine, even if it was Caleb, he would be pretty beholden to Nessa at this point. So my money is this is Prince Nessa behind the scenes. But that's been my money for a long time.
I look at Isaiah. It doesn't matter either way who it was for
I guess that depends why
the
you're
Anarchs.
asking.
Well, will the Anarchs care who would Who
The
did it?
Anarchs will want to make sure that we got at least the right person. If we end up with both, we end up with both.
Okay. Well, I really don't want to make any plans to do anything without D. So
Yeah,
I
and
don't know where to look for him,
where's Michael?
but
Wouldn't he
I
They
don't
haven't called
know.
back yet. Crap.
Yeah, they didn't call back. Maybe
I'll
you
call them
should
again.
call them.
Rings through, goes to voicemail. You know what to do.
What time is it?
Roughly about this time, it's probably getting close to like 9 o'clock.
So we've been awake for a few hours.
Yeah, a few hours at this point.
The last thing Michael said was he was gonna go get his. I've got a bad feeling about this.
A few moments later, you get a text message from Michael's phone number.
Oh, he's texting me. Great. They are texting me.
Indy Star, page 9.
Indy Star page 9. Who has newspapers? Isaiah, do you have a? Can you have a computer or something?
So yeah, I'll pull out my laptop. Hey, what's the Wi-Fi?
Yeah. She goes and sort of like blanks off for a second and runs over, grabs a sheet of paper and hands it over to you.
Probably say something like, you need a more complicated password than that.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty simple.
Then hop on, pull up the Indy Star, look for page 9.
It's the obituary section.
Well, that's ominous. Show the screen, and then I guess I'll scroll through and see if there's anything relevant there.
As you scroll through and look, you find roughly about 4 people who had passed away within the last 24 hours, but one of them being a Michael Burrows from a drug overdose.
Any picture?
Yes. Picture of Michael. But not as you knew Michael. An older picture of Michael.
I guess, can I try to? This is an out there sort of fantasy sort of thing, but can I try to find my phone on Michael's number?
Sure. It is going to be a Intel Plus Technology DC5.
I will search for this.
Okay.
A computer security apply.
No.
Okay. I'm for sure going to reroll on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boom. You go ahead and find the location of Michael's phone as the IMPD building downtown.
So I think that he like puts the obituary with the picture up in the corner and is like, take a look at this, and is typing away while people do. His phone looks like it's at, pulls up a map, the police station.
Carter and Eva, you recognize this building as where the Second Inquisition compound was that you guys had raided through.
Second Inquisition got them. They weren't. They wouldn't have gone so low, would they?
And you look at the picture of Michael, it's an old picture. Like, they look like they did whenever before you guys broke up. Like, this is probably the photo they probably found when Michael was last alive. Like,
Oh,
actually
so-
alive. At this point, Ashley will speak up. Look, I get you guys have stuff to do, and there's two sides of this world that we live in that is currently having a meeting in my living room. But if this is anything to say, Carter, I think we gotta leave. Like, Eva and Isaiah need to stay, that's fine, and I hope you the best, but I don't think it's safe here.
Why do you feel it's not safe here?
I mean, Michael was one of us, right? Obviously, they didn't die from a drug overdose. I doubt Michael was.
You should be happy about this.
I think that Isaiah's going to shrug and pull up his own obituary from when it looked like he died.
Right.
Go, I mean, these things can be overblown, right?
I mean,
So,
I get it, but do we even.
This sounds like you're changing the tune very fast.
I'm just saying that I'm still very new to this. And I apologize for having a very human reaction to a very monstrous thing.
And I
You don't need to
sympathize with you on that. But since you are still very new and very much still human, as you put it, I think that it would be good if you found a safe place around here while we figured this shit out. If you feel safe here, then stay at this house. But if you don't, there you have two other options.
I'm with Ashley, Eva. This Second Inquisition is texting from Michael's phone, and Michael's phone is in their building.
Well, then, hint, you should chuck your phone right now.
Absolutely chucking the phone, grabbing my stuff, getting out of here. It's time to go. Come with me. Come on.
I'm gonna look at Isaiah. Do you have any plans? Any ideas? I mean, you don't have to like specifically say what they are.
yeah. We got a couple suspects. I want to find them. I want to see if we can figure out for sure what's up with Caleb. Stakes or no stakes. And then maybe it's time that Indy found a new prince.
Ashley dismisses herself and begins to
Carter.
go around a pack.
Oh, I feel so bad for using this. Hannah feels bad. Alright, I'm going to use entrancement.
Transmit.
Oh no. On who?
On Carter.
Oh.
It's on now.
PvP has been activated. All right. What are the dice pools?
First, let me roll my rouse check. I'm at 2.
Okay.
And then Carter needs to roll composure plus wits, and I roll charisma plus presence.
Oh.
What?
This wasn't on my list, guys. Stuff I had prepared. PvP was not on my list for this evening.
Mine either. Can I surge?
Sure.
All right, pass that one.
Do I get to see what Eva rolls before I decide to willpower or not?
Yes.
Okay.
And technically, Eva is the active vampire, so any ties will go to Eva.
That's totally fair.
As this dice rolling is happening, we pan over and you see a new building has been constructed. And not great part of Indianapolis. And out front, there's a big sign that says the Michael Burrows Rehabilitation Center and the Burrows Youth Outreach Centers.
All right, so it's 4-2, and I'm gonna willpower reroll.
I was hoping for at least a 1 there.
Same.
I don't know who I'm rooting for here.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, God.
Oh my god, no! It's awful.
5-4.
Your rerolls have been on fire, man.
Yeah, they have it.
All right.
Oh, no.
Do I know what just happened?
I'm reading right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that there is any sort of information that you realize you got entranced unless it happens to you. Let me do a Google real quick.
No, it doesn't look like it.
No, yeah, you do not look like you get to know that you are influencing it or have been affected by anything that might influence you. Yeah, Eva, you could tell that it didn't take hold.
I'm just saying, Carter, we could really use you on this, trying to figure out who is really behind it. And I feel like your people in Chicago would actually appreciate knowing what's going down here. Because you can clearly see it's a disaster.
Does it have to be right now? Does it have to be tonight?
I cannot see it happening another time. Isaiah already pointed out, they'll only get stronger. They'll only get more on their side by force or, the way that we were brought in. But I'm
But I
not
mean, on the other
saying.
hand, how'd the talk with Dad go?
So, just to be clear, you are asking me to, rather than leave the city where everything is clearly going to hell, to get to safety, uh, to get back to my sire. You are asking me to toss in with you two on some very thin plan to murder the Prince of Indy tonight. That's
Nah, I
the
don't
pitch.
necessarily think it has to be tonight, but
Yeah,
we should get started.
I don't think all of that's going to happen tonight, unless you work some crazy magic. I'm just saying, what's the point of going to Chicago to come back in, 1 week, 3 days to start it then? That makes absolutely no sense. You really think the Second Inquisition is just going to up and leave in 3 days, 1 week, 1 month? That's who you're really afraid of?
I think that last we saw Dimitri, he was pretty messed up from what Isaiah said. And, you're still wounded. A week, some time to think, some time to heal. Yeah, I think that makes the difference.
If I leave, it looks like I'm leaving the Anarchs. And what does that make me then?
Isn't the whole point of the Anarchs that you don't have to be at people's beck and call all the time and that you're free? Like, is anybody ordering you to do this right now and not leave town?
No, I'm just saying, what does it look like?
It it looks like you're an adult with a life who can make decisions. I mean, if
And
you if
what's your decision right now? Why are you making the decisions that you're making right now? And I'm gonna kind of hint like I know about you and Ashley.
I mean, our coterie is destroyed. Uh, the last 3 havens that I've had have been destroyed. We've spent 2 years being manipulated by or used by damn near everybody. The person that you're working for now has actively tried to do me serious harm. Uh, and right now, you are too out of town kindred that the Anarchs probably don't care about that much. And the Indy Cam has ignored me for 6 months and seems to be pretty intent on tearing itself apart. So why wouldn't we leave?
So does coterie overcome friendship?
I think if you come with me, we can be a coterie again and not have to answer questions like that. What is it? What is it that you want me to do? I mean, I don't want to see you charge off into yet another ridiculous, dangerous situation just because somebody's telling you to kill somebody else. Why do you, Eva? Why do you want to go after Caleb, other than you're being ordered to?
Nobody has ordered me to go after Caleb, first off. Second off, this is way bigger than Caleb. You want to know why I came back? Truthfully.
Yeah.
Because people high up in that tower were working with the Anarchs. The whole Jane thing, guess who called most of the shots? Your pretty girl, Nessa. Working with Barons on down in Bloomington. That is why I came back. Yes, I ultimately chose to let Jane die. But who made me choose that? Nessa, anybody at the tower has not had our backs, and you know that. And I'm not saying anybody on the Anarch side does. I don't know. But it's got to be better than what I've already gone through. That is what keeps me going right now.
Carter's wrestling with making this point.
Eva will sassily say, "Come on, bring it at me."
What do you think Jane would tell me to do with you right now? To go further and deeper into shit, or to get you someplace safe and get you out of all of this craziness? Was she motivated by revenge? Is that what she would want for you?
She would want me to be happy.
Staying in Indy gonna make you happy?
No, but the revenge will.
Not that it's super relevant to your choice, but also this is just like my home, and I got people I care about here. And as far as I know, the Camarilla already blew up a whole room full of Barons. So
Oh, did they? Oh, look at Eva.
I mean, I guess it could have been SI, but didn't look like it. Well, I guess maybe after a couple nights ago it does, but signs pointed to some kindred.
You're asking me to move away from here to be with the Cam. Why? I mean, I know why. I know what you're going to say. But why not you come join this side? Is it going to kill you to do that?
Quite possibly. The kindred you're working for has already tried to kill me. And
Kill you?
or worse. There's nobody we trust on that side. No offense.
There's nobody I trust on the Cam
Exactly.
side.
No, I agree. I trust you and Dimitri and Ashley.
All right, fine. Just gonna turn around and walk out.
I don't know you. I'm not.
Yeah. Good luck with him. I'm gonna see if we can't find
No.
somebody else.
Oh my god. Okay.
Look, let me
just stay here for 1 second.
Go find Dimitri. We'll pack up. I'm not gonna leave town without talking to you.
You promise?
Yeah.
Pinky swear.
with a deep Tremere practice with the pinky swear.
Next thing is next level is a blood bond. You better be careful.
Yeah. Watch out.
She says pinky swear. I pull out my dagger and move to cut off my pinky and
Exactly.
hand it to her.
So, oh wait, hold on. Sorry.
I mean something different for your clan. Yeah, I'll pinky swear Eva that I won't leave town without calling her.
Okay.
Do I have a clue of where Dimitri would have gone to? Like, can I think of a spot that we went together when we first got here?
Sidelines. And then he mentioned going to and sleeping at the Pizza King after Elysium blew over. But other than that, there's only a couple of spots.
Okay. And does he still have family or anybody in town?
Not that
At least like the last that I knew.
not that Dimitri's ever shared.
Okay.
You would know that his last brother was taken back to Spain. He smuggled him out of the country, so
Yeah.
he'd be alive.
Slightly abroad.
Did Carter leave the room?
Yeah, he would have.
Isaiah, did Dimitri say anything before he left? Or, I don't know, give a hint to where he'd be?
No, I was expecting him to be there when I got back. He was looking into something that I have an interest in before he left, but I checked by there and didn't seem like he was there.
Okay. I don't know what we'll do then, I guess. And did you go to the bar? That's the only other place I could think that it could be.
I did. I figured, whatever X has with Carter, I don't know about it, but he's the person that the Anarchs are going to look to, and as far as I can tell, we're under attack. And I think Isaiah's going to look away for a minute and then add, he's not wrong. I don't think that this is necessarily your fight, but it's definitely mine.
I mean, this part of the fight, no. Other parts of the fight, yes.
Okay. Well, if you're going to stay, then awesome. But I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to take a fresh crack at this.
If I stay, will you have my back?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. The two of you, I'm assuming, leave.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to add. Oh, and by the way, I'm only driving stolen cars until we deal with this.
It's very fair.
Let's do it.
Eva's like, I haven't ridden in a vehicle that was in someone's name in like 2.5 years. So
Right.
Forever.
we're good.
Since Michael first came onto the scene when he owned his U-Haul truck.
There's going to be a Grand Theft Auto spree in the news in a week or two.
Give it time. Give it time. As the night goes, a few hours go by. Eva, you get a phone call from Carter.
I'll answer it.
Hey, said I'd call before. Said I wouldn't leave without talking. So this is me talking.
And
It's time to go. You should come.
I can't. I have to stay here. But don't be a stranger.
Yeah. All right. I'll keep this number until I have a chance to get some new ones. And I'll get you those. Be safe. Don't be stupid.
I will do my best. You do the same. Get all that research done. To help me out, maybe.
Yeah, we'll be in touch.
Good luck with your relationship. Invite me to the wedding.
Let's just make it through the next couple days, okay?
Yeah, for sure. See you around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang up.
Hang up.
Okay. And with this, we're going to do a little bit of fast forwarding. Carter, you return back to Chicago with Ashley. And with a familiar face to you, as Bert has joined you as well. And the three of you make a new coterie underneath the Camarilla of Chicago. Mostly spent time on research and understanding how thin blood alchemy can be used at more of a higher capacity, where it's very, very slow building, but this is what your whole goal is: researching old kindred lore and mixing it with the new. We fast forward again. Eva, you spend a lot of time working with the Anarchs, building a name for yourself. Quite a bit of it with Isaiah, doing different things for X. And you begin to gain a lot of following, not like a Baron level of following, but it's not completely unheard of for people to think that you're a Baron from time to time. Roughly about 3 months later, as you guys are in the process of completing a job, it's continuing to hamper the Camarilla efforts and try to reduce their resources and whittle them down the best you guys can. You guys see a large explosion go off in the distance. Isaiah, you recognize where this location is. The church. And you do know it was one of the nights of a late night vigil. Continuing on months and months. Eva, X is removed from the picture. And you are the next in line for baronship. Do you accept it or deny it?
I would accept it.
Baron Eva Hill steps into play. And 2 months after, the Camarilla of Indianapolis is thrown over. First one of the Primogen that you find an opportunity as the cost of being the Camarilla inside of Indianapolis is just too expensive. It's too much to go through to keep sending resources through Anarch territory in hopes that it makes it to Indianapolis. You choke it out. And different people are beginning to take off at different times. Eva, you find Nessa by herself, packing a car in a very hurried manner. What would you like to do?
I would attempt to kill her.
Okay. How?
Myself, quite a few backups. And would we have SI guns?
You have yours that you've held on to for all this time.
Okay. I'll shoot mine. The others that are with me are flanking her.
Okay. You take a shot. It hits. She's not aware of it. And it takes her by surprise as she now looks around, seeing all these Anarch individuals flanking with firearms as well. And you can see the large, burning teeth are bared, fangs out as she's doing everything in her power not to go into a full frenzy.
I was hoping that the last face that you would see was mine.
And so it is, Baron. So it is. She doesn't try to hide. She doesn't try to use any powers. She just stands there.
I'll just shoot until she's dead.
Okay. You shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot a couple more as she instantly begins to burn up. And the body begins to rapidly decompose. The bones, as a strong wind goes through the parking garage, just turn to dust. A building is bought. A familiar building to those who would have there to witness it. As some graffiti's put into place. And on the anniversary of Michael's death, a large Pizza King pizza is delivered, and a bottle of McAllen's is delivered to the rooftop. Isaiah, after the Camarilla has been taken care of, you get the chance to return back to your quiet living, as you now have a new Baron who is very much more laid back, but she's a hell of a fighter.
I think I'd be trying to push her towards, okay, and now it's time to make peace, right? Now it's time to settle things down, set up some areas to keep safe. And he has one in particular that he's looking for, that he'd like to help to keep safe.
Okay.
I do think that after the church blows up, though, he breaks down just a bit.
That's probably fair. And with that being said, that is where we'll go ahead and wrap up our chronicle of Indy by Night. That was episode 69, Sunset. Thank you guys so much for coming, hanging out. Really do appreciate it. I do apologize to the cast as well as everyone out in the crowd for running over a little bit, but I did want to make sure that we had wrapped up, and I couldn't see us, making a full another session out of it. So I do appreciate it, and I hope you guys have enjoyed our chronicle. It's been 69 episodes, everyone, and that's, I think, 70 weeks since the last episode, or since we started this. So thank you, everyone out there. Our cast is going to be back very soon with another season of Indy by Night, but we will not be doing Vampire the Masquerade. We will be moving to Hunter the Reckoning. So we'll play the other side of this evening, or the other side of this story, I guess. But we will be able to sort of see where that takes us in the future. Obviously, again, guys, this episode and all episodes have been sponsored by the one, the only Adventure Dice. So make sure to head over to adventuredice.ca and use code JBruce for 10% off your order. Thank you guys again, and we will see you guys next week for all sorts of fun and interactive stuff. So be around for it, guys. Thank you, and have a fantastic, fantastic night.
Bye.
Bye.